Hello, my name's Lindy Cowling. Welcome to my channel. My website is www.lindycowling.co.uk. My email is info@lindycowling.co.uk. And the subject of today's video is Are twin flames source? Are twin flames source? I don't mean tomato sauce, HB sauce, mustard sauce. I mean source energy. Are twin flames source? There is a common thread, a common theme that seems to come up right across the media capacity in the spiritual community about twin flames being source, and there are multiple speakers, not just one, multiple speakers that over a period of time, not just recently, refer to twin flames as being source energy. It's like they go 96% of the way with that statement and missed out the last 4%. So I'm here to fill in the last 4%. Are twin flames source energy? Yes, of course they are. Are twin flames source? Yes. Because the soul is source. Spirit is source. We are source. Everybody is source. Everything is source. So the statement that twin flames are source energy, that twin flames are source, yes, that's correct. That's not incorrect. Where these statements are absolutely accurate is that a part of the evolution of coming into the heart, not the only way, is one way that there is entry to the portal of the heart, is to experience oneself, one's being, own being, as source. There are a number of roads to get to that particular sort of revelation or realization. There's a number of roads to get there, to realize that you are source energy and to realize that you are divine love. Some of those roads involve meeting other people that trigger within you an awakening to realize that you are source. Sometimes those people are connected profoundly with your soul, like a soulmate, like a heart awakening catalyst, like the twin flame union. But the twin flame union is not just here as an awakening process. It's much more involved than that. They're here as an act of service for humanity. So they are not just for the purposes of discovering that you're source energy. That's the remit of catalysts, particularly catalysts. The soulmate's usually more involved than that. It's usually a relationship format with soulmates, or sometimes even a combined partnership mission format. Where these statements stop short is a number of people that talk about this, you are your own twin flame. Is that correct? Yes, it is also correct, because you are source energy. You are also, if that is your purpose here at this time, you are also the twin flame energy. This is where they fall short. They make the statement that everybody is their own twin flame, that there are multiple twin flames, because you are source and you're your own twin flame anyway, and source energy can come in all shapes and guises. Yes, of course, source energy can come in all shapes and guises. But the twin flame union is for a specific purpose. It's a mission orientated frequency, an ascension template. An ascension template. Not the only ascension template, but one of the templates for ascension laid down so that new divine connections of partnerships, a new higher level of relationship, if you like, will form as a result of that act of service. Not here just for that, but that's one of the reasons they're here, and to clear up the family bloodlines that they've been born into, to act as essentially a filtration system to clear up through the bloodlines they've been born into, to clear that up so that it's not handed down, like a purification system really. It's an act of service. So where these, I'm going to call them theories actually, fall short, is that what they're saying, a lot of what they're saying isn't wrong. There's just been a slight, I haven't gone the whole way. They haven't painted the complete picture, or the perception is just slightly off. Yeah, twin flames are source energy, but everybody is source energy. Everything's source energy. But the twin flame union, a twin flame can also be a representation of your source energy that is also the soul energy, also manifested, replicated in embodiment in another human being in the same timeline as yourself. In other words, in another person. I'm going to say it again, no, your soul is not split in half. The soul is not split in half so that you're incomplete. It's not half of you is in the body of another person. It's another representation of your soul in another person. Think of the soul as like mist or essence. A feminine or masculine representation of that essence within another human being. So intricately linked with your soul. In that sense, the correct statement would be you are your twin flame, because you are your twin flame. If that's your mission, you're in the twin flame union, which very few people chose that daunting task to be part of that template, then of course you are your twin flame, because they are another expression of your own soul essence. You are not incomplete without them. You come into your own state of completion, you know, very often not actually physically alongside them. You know, sometimes you are alongside them for a while and then they're away and then you're alongside them again. I've been into this many times on other videos, but sometimes you're not alongside them again, but you still come into a state of completion, and you are your own twin flame in that sense. You're a twin flame, but also you're always linked within your heart, your soul and spirit with the other representation of your twin, if that was your mission here, if that your mission format was to be part of the twin flame union. So in that sense, the statements are correct, because you are, that's not taken away from you. Even in missions that on paper seem to have not come together, when the two haven't come together, or they have but then they've gone apart. I see this all over the world, and one continues forward. I mean, I've continued forward, but I still work, I still embody, I'm still part of the twin flame frequency, the twin flame union. I'm on my mission format. This is what I do, but it's not just what I do. That's incorrect. It's what I am. Other people working that particular template, that work in that template, they recognize each other instantly, because it's a sound, it's a frequency, it's a feeling. It's incorrect to state that there are multiple twin flames, multiple, like buses that come along. There are multiple representations of source. There are multiple catalysts, multiple events, life changes, happenings, people, relationships that can project to you and reflect to you and mirror to you and trigger you and bring about a realization of who you truly are and the source you truly are. All of those have the potential to catapult you into a dark night of the soul, to catapult you deeper down into yourself, to catapult you ultimately into a state of completion and wholeness. All of them do. They all have similarities in that. But they aren't all different twin flames. That's nothing really to do with the twin flame union. And yes, they are all source. There is a blurring here of this, and it makes people really confused because, like I say, it's not totally inaccurate information, but it's incomplete information, and sometimes it's slightly off, and that's only because of the experience of the people giving that information. And like myself, we will only be able to give it to the capacity that we're able to give it. I mean, there are things, my work I put out on camera, I'm always saying, is experiential. It means it comes from the experience that I'm having, seeing, living through, embodying and working with clients with. There may come a point at which an experience comes into my life that completely changes my understanding of something, my awareness of something. If I find that it's going to be useful to share with other people because it will help them, then I most definitely will share it. I can only share with you my experience in my own life and in my own embodiment, my own spiritual awareness, and that I've been working with well, thousands of clients over 15 years actually overall. I can share that, you know, and by tapping into my own wisdom, tapping into my own source, you know, source information. So is the twin flame energy source? Yes, of course it's source. You could ask me, is the twin flame energy ascension? Absolutely is it ascension, because you can't separate any of that. It's an ascension template, which of course is source. Everybody is source, everybody is divine love, regardless of the twin flame union format. So that part of it is absolutely true. And if that is your mission and you're a twin flame here, then of course you are your own twin flame. If your twin flame is in physical embodiment here, that is your mission, then you may be expressions of consciousness within your own human bodies, but you are also your twin flame and they are also you. You're not incomplete without them, you're totally complete. They are another expression of your soul in another human body. There are not any really reasons why people have to tie themselves up into knots on this, because really it goes back all to that labeling and that confusion and things like that. It does get very confusing for people. I think really, I guess it's because the information that's given can only be to the limitation of the person that's giving that information, whether it's experiential or their perception of it or their belief systems. Sometimes people also that channel, and I have the ability to channel. It's something I've had the ability of for many, many years, most of my life, but I've been doing that for about 15 years. This isn't channeled information. I'm more discerning about channeled information these days because I brought out a video on the light program, and I feel that most of what people channel isn't always what it seems, and it can be contaminated, it can be interfered with, especially if it's coming through light programs. I tend to go from a different form of tapping in. That's why I speak often very slowly on camera and I hesitate, I'm looking away. I'm connecting in a different way. I'm not connecting in psychically like I would do with channeling. That's slightly different actually, slightly different frequency. This is different. This is a tapping in. As I said before, we say that we're all can access source. I'm tapping into source. Source is not outside of me, it's within me. This is part of the ascension process. This is all part of our spiritual evolution. That's what I'm doing. That's what I do when I'm hesitating there. I feel it, and then I'm often surprised as anybody at what comes out of my mouth because it's not being monitored by my head. I hesitate because it takes a while for it to come up from here, the knowing, and up through my heart, out through my mouth. It takes a while to come up. Anyway, on that note, that's all I wanted to say really, because I know there is some confusion about this. I guess there always will be confusion about this. I have to say, I've never known a subject like twin flames so misrepresented, so manipulated, so many people jumping on that bandwagon in the name of love. It gets very distorted. I think what really matters is that people are encouraged to tap into who they truly are, that love and that divinity within. I think what really matters is people being empowered. I think if anything, and I think, to be honest, you know, the majority of people out there are trying to encourage people to be empowered and to tap into who they truly are. I don't think anybody Well, that's not true. I don't think many people deliberately try and mislead others. There are some, I'm sure, as a money-making enterprise, that have a vested interest in keeping people in a state of misery. I personally don't know those people or associate with those people. I'm aware of some wonderful speakers out there that are doing a fantastic job. Some wonderful twin flames out there that are doing a fantastic job in the public eye. Some together, most of them single. Some wonderful people out there talking on divine love, wonderful spiritual wisdom. I think most of those people all those people I'm talking about here, they mean well and they're doing amazing work. Sometimes there's just a slight, it's funny, a slight distortion of something can make all the difference, really. Slight missing bit of information or a slight distortion of information, slight bit of belief system creeping in there can make all the difference. At the end of the day, it's all about that truth and leading people back to the source they truly are. And on that note, I will love you and leave you. Thank you very much for watching, and I will be on camera again soon. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.